lake's been frozen red. What the hell is all this? Is this a music box?
I want to showcase to you all a truly special animatronic horror series. It's something that's been around for a little while now, but was something that I missed completely. A series revolving around a deeply disturbed man who would create animatronics and mascots in a wonderland, only for those things made to spread joy would end up doing more harm than good, and his eventual spiral down into the deepest parts of hell. This is the Winterland Incident by Files of Fear. I'll be showcasing and going through the series from the chronological dates we see throughout watching. So let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Winterballs Entertainment Incorporated is a brand new company that started up in Langside, Minnesota. The founders are Frederick Burton and Walter Graves. Their first venture being Wendy's Waffles, a restaurant featuring animatronics, with them cooperating with Tectile Engineering to create their business. Walter wants to do big things, and even has ideas past that of a simple franchise location. But after some time, Walter would start work on his newest venture, titled Winter Wonderland, which originally could not get off the ground due to financial issues, but would eventually start up with the help of equity partners after the death of Frederick Burton, leaving Walter to be the sole owner of the company. In time, decided to name this Winter Wonderland Walter's Winter Wonderland to reflect on his own successes. And shortly after the construction of the theme park, they would double their profits from their original budget to make it. It's all a success. Time passes and we hear from Walter himself about the loss of Frederick.
Losing Freddie was hard. My friends and I shared lots of memories with him since our college years. We had so many plans together, so many projects. Now, seeing what we did, Project Wendy's Waffles makes me feel proud of us. I think we nailed it. But now he's gone. And like they always say, the show must go on.
Maybe he's laughing nervously. You know, not everyone has the same response to grief. We also hear from other people in the company. Harold McCoy is the lead engineer of Winterballs Entertainment, with Harold also being one of the people who went to college with Frederick and Walter, with Harold remarking how Freddie and Walter being closer to each other than everyone else, like they were almost brothers. Along with this, there was someone else who went to college with them, Nancy Mandela, the lead artist of the company, remarking how smart he was and kind of a person he was.
His grades were better than all of us in our college days. He once gave me and Walter a copy so he wouldn't fail our classes. When I gave birth to my first child, Michael, Freddie was so happy that he bought dozens of toys for him. In fact, it was Freddie who named my son. Oh, Freddie, he left so early. We miss him so much.
We hear from Freddie himself, and discusses the Wendy's Waffles project and the testing of their first animatronics, Polar Poo, as well as Wendy Wonderballs. Their designs coming from Nancy Mandela, and he gleefully discusses all the new and upcoming things for the restaurant, from menu items and budget remarks, and overall is optimistic about the project. We get to see a test of the Polar Poo animatronic on stage.
Okay, everything is good and working.
Oh, we're starting.
Yes, stage performance test starts in 1, 2, 3. It kind of bothers me that very fun hand motor movement. I was expecting this to be my best work.
Well, it is, if you ask me.
In the background, we could see what looks like Walter, just lurking behind a curtain. It's a jump again. It's Walter calling Nancy asking if Helena is coming to the party, and someone named Dustin wants to see her. But Nancy is unsure with the invitation being late, and she doesn't want Helena to return home that late. Helena being the daughter of Nancy. So Walter offers to give her a ride. Nancy agrees.
Okay, but take her home at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. it is. Thank you, Nancy. That will make little Dustin really happy.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta go. See you later.
See you in your dreams, Nancy.
Yeah, sure.
The next day, we hear an audio recording between Nancy and the chief of police, Chief Rowland. She's calling about where Helena is, and how he can't reach her or Walter, who was supposed to bring her back the night prior. Inquiring about her, but not just that, and how there has been more than a few missing kids. The chief acting, well, not like he really cares about the situation. That they happen during blizzards and snow covers things. Asking instead if Helena might be with her father. But Nancy lets him know he's in jail. But of course, the police chief continues, saying that 99 out of 100 times a kid goes missing, the kid is either with a parent or relative. But she asks about the one other time it's not those times.
Walter, where's Helena? I've been calling you for hours. Where is my little girl? Answer me, Walter. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm gonna call the police if you have something. Where the heck is my daughter? You sick bastard! What happened to my daughter? Please answer. Why? Why?
Helena is completely missing. Walter breathing heavily through the phone. Where is she? We cut to a police interview with the chief. He's now interviewing Walter. He apparently wanted his voice, well, censored. So all that is heard from him is just long, beeped out words. But we still have the transcript. The chief asks where he was when Helena went missing, and when did he leave. He tells him that he was attending his son's birthday party at the park, and he left at 10 p.m. But someone else was leaving the park wearing a costume. He tells the chief that the person who wears the costume is Anthony Kansas. The chief asks about the phone call he made where he was breathing heavily. But he says there must be a misunderstanding, that he didn't call Nancy that night, not until the day after. He asks if he's sure when Walter starts to get agitated and wants to leave. He continues to make a fuss until the chief allows him to leave, with Walter giving him a reminder of whose money is holding this place together.
Warning, viewing of this tape is prohibited. Destroy it immediately. Warning, viewing of this tape is prohibited. Destroy it immediately. Warning, viewing of this tape is prohibited. Destroy it immediately. Warning, viewing of this tape is prohibited. Destroy it immediately. Warning, viewing of this tape is prohibited. Warning, viewing of this tape is warning. Warning.
Case Archive 120679. Helena Mandela, the daughter of Nancy, is dead. Murdered. Found in St. Eric Forest, near the Walters Wonderland theme park. Leaving the park at 9 o'clock, she headed for the forest, but one of the mascot costumes, Windy Wonderballs, was seen shortly after leaving the park as well, heading in the same direction as Helena. The suspect is Tony Kansas, who works at the park and wears the Windy Wonderballs costume in the park. He was the only person to be wearing the costume according to
the park owner Walter Jarvis Graves' statement, Anthony Kansas was the only actor who plays Windy Wonderballs since 1976. Owner also stated that suspect has been
sickening smile is shown on Walter's face. Ragatha Rabbit, another mascot, is shown to us. Loud music is blaring as camera zooms from her face. Eyes can be seen within, and the screams can be heard as well. The scream of Helena. Her soul must be in Ragatha. She haunts this rabbit. We listen to a conversation between someone named Ezekiel and a psychiatrist. But as we learn, he is a troubled kid. But also soon learn he also went missing. His connection to everything else is unknown for now. We go back to a conversation before the death of Frederick, with Walter discussing the theme park. But Frederick did not want to go through with the project, leaving Frederick to be tired with all of Walter going too far with his ideas and not being careful. And he says he is leaving. Walter states he doesn't want Frederick to get in his way. Later, Frederick is heard recording to himself. He's saddened by the fight with Walter. He discusses the accomplishments of the restaurants and all the new locations they have opened. It's all going well. Even through all their disagreements, he's still proud of everything that they have done together. All of him and his friends from college. What brings up the theme park, but feels like it would be a good idea, but they have to be careful in order to not mess up like they have before. But something catches Frederick's attention on the recording.
Sometimes I wonder if it was a good idea to... What's that smell? Damn it! God, no. Oh, no, no! No, God!
Someone trapped Frederick and set him ablaze. And I think we already know who. It's a birthday party at Winterland location. Everything is as usual. Polar Pooh's performing on stage, singing, and everyone in the crowd is having a good time. We see a newspaper article highlighting the achievements of the establishment, opening with huge crowds and praise from everyone. Even with the death of Freddy, it seems Walter is on his way to do big things. A new park manager was hired, Harvey Pierce, to just make sure everything is going well with the theme park and to keep from any accidents from happening. Gotta keep things smooth and fun at a theme park, of course. We get to see Harvey mess with the computer system as he goes into terminations, going through and firing quite a bit of employees. But one in particular that's eye-catching is one Michael Mandela, the son of Nancy. Except things don't go as expected when he tries to terminate him.
Michael Mandela. Michael. Right, he was a backup. That suit never fit right. Okay. Sorry, buddy. What the hell?
Security employees are given a tape to learn about all the ins and outs of their job for Winter Ball's entertainment. From hourly patrols, stopping trespassers, and checking on security cameras. And they get to hear from the head of security himself, Adam Hamilton, about more details about the job. And from a first-person perspective, we get to see a security guard named Ethan Smith on his night on the job. He was asked to record his patrol of the premises by Walter himself. But there's something to be aware of when in the restaurant. Alone. Polar Poo.
So you'll have to watch over him using the security camera system to make sure Polar Poo doesn't damage any equipment or furniture in the restaurant. Another thing, no matter what happens, do not let Polar Poo enter your office. It might hurt you since its moves are too, let's say, powerful. Wherever you are, I hope you love this job. May God protect you.
Polar Poo is moving around the place. He's roaming. He's getting closer to the office. Ethan has to get out. February 24th, 1975. Ethan Smith was found dead inside Wendy's Waffles. His body unrecognizable. Only his ID confirmed who he was. His skin was removed from his face. He was mutilated. We witnessed an introduction to the different parts of the theme park, all the new attractions and areas that are part of the experience at Walter's Winter Wonderland, as well as an introduction to the Wind Watch, a new state-of-the-art technology that shows the employees a map and the tasks they are required to do around the park, as well as a cleaning tape for the animatronics, where we hear a conversation between some employees and Harold, as Harold is rushing them to get this animatronic moving to the theme park. But something is very wrong with this animatronic. Someone else is in this one. Either one of the employees or someone else entirely. A criminal identification system is now a system uploaded to Polar Poo as well as it seems that someone is able to go fully within the animatronic suit, fully upgraded to detect people's faces and determine if they are innocent or a criminal. We see as he scans faces, giving them the criminal or innocent label, except one, Walter Graves, stuck between criminal and innocent, but ultimately decides innocent, causing the system to malfunction. It seems to be that someone has tinkered with the system. But when looking at Harold McCoy, he's labeled as a
murderer. Remember the accident, Harold.
Harold did something. An accident, sure, but there's something he's hiding. A family dead. Something is haunting him and wants him to always remember. November. We hear detectives discussing Walter's Winter Wonderland and the missing child cases, with a grand total of 76 confirmed missing. 13 of those are confirmed to be dead, and all between the ages of 7 and 12. The police chief is keeping his detective and anyone else from interacting with the park. They are actively ignoring the place, even though it's obvious what's going on there. He goes through each victim and the evidence that was found, with multiple drawings by the kids left behind before they went missing. And all the drawings have similar features. A rock with a crack down the middle, windy in the area of trees where they were taken down, and an even bigger piece of evidence being a photo found of Wendy standing behind a child in the forest near the park.
But above everything else, one question keeps clawing at me. Who is that mascot? I mean, that's clearly Windy Winterballs, but that's not the one. What? Hold on. No. Hold on. What the fuck?
We are shown a cartoon from Winterballs Entertainment titled Ragatha Rabbit in Learning Colors, directed by Nancy Mandela. We see Ragatha sitting in her house where she teaches us about the different colors, comparing the different colors and what those colors are usually coordinated with.
Our next color is...
But now Ragatha is missing. Booster Bunny and Polar Poo are now trying to relocate her. They immediately blame it on a fox, Ronald Rubber Fox, when suddenly an Amber Alert interrupts the programming. A snowstorm is on its way from the days of December 9th and December 14th, 1979. The conditions will be dangerous, and there's something else.
A major winter storm is expected to impact northern Minnesota from December 9th through December 14th.
Helena's soul is alone and trapped. The reason why Walter was so adamant on seeing her was because she saw more than he wanted her to. That he knew and he wanted to cover it up before she told anyone. But the question is, what did she see? Walter committing one of the crimes, or possibly something inside one of the suits? December 20th. Oswald Johnson records something for listeners. He's investigating a case on some missing teenagers in the area, with it turning out that Michael Mandela, Beatrice, and Robert McCoy are all missing. Oswald went to visit the park during the day to do some research. He ended up in possession of a security camera, and inside that camera is footage from each of the times that those teenagers went missing. We cut back to hear a conversation between Robert and Michael. That Michael is going out to the woods near the park to find evidence and look for what might be out there with his missing sibling. Robert gives a camera to use, but something is off with it, and tells him that if it starts to act weird that he needs to turn it off, and to not look at the other tapes inside. We watch as Michael drives at what looks like the middle of the night. He's seen pulling his car over and walking through the snow, when he comes across tons and tons of snowmen, one in every direction, when he comes across a lake. The lake has been frozen red. The head of the younger sibling of Michael was there. Still, most of the police are blaming Anthony, but it seems that the remains of the victim were stolen from the morgue and placed purposely in some type of ritualistic practice. We then find Michael again as he is crying and obviously shocked by what had happened to his sibling. It's broken him. We find him heading towards the entrance of the park. Security catches him, but Michael says that he left his jacket in the place and just needs to go get it. He's allowed in. He walks through the Wonderland, and the place is empty, silent. But then he notices something. Someone is following him.
Show yourself! Huh?
Michael, you're doing it again, Michael. You're trying to fix things yourself all alone. Again.
What are you talking about?
You don't have to do this alone. Ask for help. Help from your friends.
I'm not giving up just yet.
Asking for help isn't giving up.
I don't have the strength to do that.
That's what Robert said. He ended up being too late. Too late to find me.
Wanda, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Did you hear that, Michael? There's a man in the woods.
Who are you? Where the hell am I?
Michael Mandela. Welcome. To a playground.
What?
I want you to play a game. I call this game Run, Rabbit, Run.
What the fuck are you talking about? You did this to the others too? You psycho? To the employees? To Wanda? To my sister?
Now, calm down, young man. Now, the rules are simple. There is a bunny animatronic behind you.
What the?
When the music starts playing, it'll chase you. You'll run away, but when the music stops, you have to stop too. Simple.
I will set your control system active.
Huh?
Target Mandela Mikhail.
Shit!
Congratulations, young man.
So? You liar! You fucking
It's 1985, and we are introduced to the United States Entity Department, a government sector focused on studying and handling entities. Their grading system is simple as 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And today, they are looking at Entity 222, also called the Birthday Boy, or as we know him, Polar Poo. He's labeled as a 3rd grade. He was captured from the ruins of the local theme park, Walter's Winter Wonderland. A place now destroyed and not the place we have been hearing about that was doing so well in the 70s. Something has happened in between 79 and 85. They assume that Entity 222 was one of the people who lost their lives in what is deemed the Winterland Incident. They believe Polar Poo is possessed, but they can't seem to figure out by who or what is haunting him. But in this case, they found that it's not just one person haunting him. It's multiple. They run tests on Polar Poo, with sound tapes being a way of checking what he responds to. First, children's cheers. Nothing. Second, a birthday song. He sits up. And third, a ghostly voice. Nothing. But then finally, this. They then decide to run an image test. Walter Graves is an immediate trigger for Polar Poo, enough for the entity to attack and kill, angering it at the sight of this man. Everywhere Walter goes, he leaves death and destruction around him. Now 1986. The United States Entity Department is now going through another entity. Entity 242, Ragatha Rabbit, or as we know, Helena. She's classified as a 4th grade. Type, haunted object. The specialist assigned this entity is Dr. Jonathan Daniels. The location they were studying her at is at Montana facility, meaning they had to move her all the way from Minnesota to a state hours away. We watch as Ragatha stands in the middle of the observation room. They tell us that they found a body inside the costume, but could not identify who they were. But we know who it is. They decided to run similar tests to what they did with Polar Poo, but seem to not have as much caution with her, allowing children to interact with Ragatha, and she shows friendliness. With the middle-aged woman, they did not even react, but with the last test subject, something else happened.
Finally, a middle-aged man. Results. The entity showed no reaction or movement. However, after 20 seconds of the encounter, the test subject executed himself by hitting his head against the walls of the containment room repeatedly. It seems that Entity 242 may be capable of some form of mind control. My personal theory is that it might achieve this control by causing hallucinations. My request for an autopsy has been rejected due to said capabilities. No further tests have been conducted. File closed.
Entity 812, the Easter Bunny, 2nd grade. Another haunted object, looked at again by Jonathan Daniels. Now this entity in particular was acting strange from the get-go, smashing its head against walls, falling while walking, but they decided they wanted to perform tests with images again. Entity 812 had broken from containment and started heading towards 242, or Helena. On his way to her, he murdered a total of 21 staff in the facility. He doesn't want anyone stopping him and will do anything to get to Helena. But eventually 812 was neutralized and relocated to a different facility, all the way in Texas. But it seems to be that the connection between this entity and some of the others is that they all reacted to this image of this missing poster of Beatrice. They start an interaction test, seeing if he can hear or react to stimulus. He does react to people's voices, and he also does something unexpected.
If you're capable of communication, please, I invite you to speak. Okay. What? Can you repeat that? The devil. Who exactly is the devil?
Nicholas, Lena, Robert, Wanda, Tracy, Eric, Emily, Tiffany, Ethan, Amanda, Annabelle.
Hold on. Who are these people? What are you talking about?
You are experimenting on these people every day. You don't even know who they are. You don't even realize the role you're playing.
We aren't playing any roles here, 812. We're not your enemy. We're trying to understand you, empathize with you. I can assure you, you're safe here. You all are.
That's what it is.
Who?
The devil.
You still haven't told me about who this devil is. Is this a person? A figure?
His plan is still ongoing. He is yet to burn.
Oh, right, 812. Can we cease this murder mystery?
It wants to be here. It wants to bring the winter once again.
Who are you bringing to Windsor?
The snowman. The snowman.
But who is the snowman?
I'm so hot with your questions.
812. I can't help you if I don't know what I'm looking
Liar. You brought us here. Poet, tested, recorded. You wanted to measure fear. Well, congratulations. You breathing it. I don't want understanding. I don't want peace. I want the world to end screaming. Just like we did. I'll make them fear me like my siblings feared.
Oh, what kind of fear exactly?
You think fear is screaming in the dark. You think fear is a monster under the bed. You're wrong. Fear is waiting to die and realizing no one's coming. Fear is the door closing behind you. Fear is when you can't scream anymore because you know it won't matter. Fear is me. I am fear.
Evacuate the room. Now!
Entity 812 breaks from containment again, heading towards Montana, moving at high speeds, and it seems that they can't catch up with it. He's moving too fast, moving at 1,115 miles per hour, and that he eventually did make it to the containment room, found embracing 242, where they did eventually bring the entity back to Texas again miraculously, where they started the autopsy test, where they removed the mask of the entity to reveal the dying body inside. Following this, we learn more about the older brother Michael, the eldest son of Nancy Mandela, and that he was someone who ended up getting into violent altercations at school and elsewhere, but not for no good reason. That he would get angry, but only to protect the ones he loved, and the fact that he was coping and dealing with the loss of multiple siblings. Entity 812 is Michael, and he just wants to keep protecting them. It's now 2010, 24 years after the last known incident. An email is sent from one Oliver Graves Jr. to Nathaniel Ford. Hi Nat. Sorry for terrifying you with the first tape. I had to make sure you take this seriously. You're probably already familiar with Winterballs Entertainment Inc., the company known for making great games, iconic cartoons, beloved toys, and, well, some truly awful live-action movies. Most people believe the company was founded by William Sterling in the 1980s, but that's not the whole story. The truth is, Winterballs was originally founded in 1969 by my uncle, Walter. Recently, while going through some of his old belongings, I stumbled upon some strange things. Devices, prototypes, media, things that don't behave the way they're supposed to. I think what I found may help you in your research on the Rodentia virus. Some of the technology seems to function beyond its intended design. Some of it reacts to stimuli it shouldn't recognize. A few of them seem aware. Here's a list of the infected items I've documented so far. A radio device from 1956. A Polar Poo plushie from 1974. An arcade cabinet from 1979. It runs on an emulator on the laptop, so it should be impossible for Rodentia to infect the laptop, at least in theory. It seems to be that a virus is spreading throughout the different technologies, the Rodentia virus, seeming to corrupt different things, but its purpose seems to be to get a message out. Clues and hints to what happened. Either this is the spirits doing this out of pure anger and are infecting things and lashing out due to what happened to them, or it could just be a desperate message to let people know what truly happened to all of the deceased. So throughout the story, we learn about the heinous actions of one Walter Graves, a man who has done a lot of evil things. He is the cause of many children to go missing from this park, and even willing to kill them and even his close friends to get his way. A sadistic maniac who is hell-bent on creating anything that he wants. But it seems to be that it's something more than that. That his killings become more than just a way to protect himself, but he seems to enjoy it. In some cases, it was to keep his secrets from coming out, but in most cases, it seemed that that was not the reason. Michael Mandela and Hella Mandela seem to be the two victims that we spent the most time with throughout the series and learning about, with them haunting some of the main animatronics, but also were the closest to knowing the truth about everything. But it seems that it's futile because Walter got to them before they could do anything, leaving them to just haunt these animatronics and mascots. But from what Michael said, it seems that Walter is far from done from his plans, that he plans to bring winter wherever he goes. And I imagine much more death will follow. There's one mystery that seems a little unsolved, but Polar Poo is haunted by multiple people. But I believe the person who haunts him specifically is Ezekiel, who has been missing since 1974, and Polar Poo is one of the first animatronics we see become haunted. But not only that, I feel that it's possible that he's haunted by Frederick, with him being also one of the first victims. But honestly, I'm not sure if he's put into an animatronic, and he could have just been killed. And of course, we don't know what exactly was the Winterland Incident. What happened to the park where everything was destroyed? All of it gone, except for the people who still haunt the suits. That the government has them and is trying to figure out as much as they can about them. Run tests on them. The purpose is unknown, but seeming to be for scientific reasons, or purposely for their own gain. And then we finally have Walter's nephew, Walter Graves Jr., who apparently knows about the things that have gone down, but warns about a virus called rodentia, which if you didn't know is another word for rodent, possibly saying that the virus is like a rat, leaking all the information about what happened. But I feel like it could definitely be something more. But as of now, that is the information we have about this series. It seems to be that the creator is planning a reboot of sorts for the series, so it seems like a lot of this is subject to change with it. I really just wanted to talk about the series because it was probably one of the best animatronic horror concepts out there. It's not only very well written and very horrifying, but the series also has some amazing animation and voice work, and I really do want to see more from it. So we'll see what the creator does with it. I will link their channel in the description for you to check out for yourselves, and definitely go support them. They definitely deserve it. And if you like the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more stuff like this. And comment if I missed anything or to let me know what you think of the series. Also, I have a Discord server that you guys should definitely join. I'm in there quite a bit, and it's linked in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later.